Hey, how's it going? This is Lisa.loring. Cat suit says hi. Oh my God, OMG. Going live now. Okay. All right. We're doing it. Let's do the thing. We're going to do some tarot. Good stuff, right? Ooh, birds going crazy. All right. I don't want this one. Do I want to do this on? I guess I can do it on. Ugh. Let's see. Do I want to delete this? Yeah, I guess. How do I do it? How do I do it? So if I go back to direct my, oh, actually, only on YouTube since, hi, my phone is dead. My phone is about to die. Okay, so there's that happening. Give me 1 second for who joined me live. I need to go downstairs and put my phone on the charger. Let me just say I'm doing this on YouTube. What's my YouTube? Lisa.loring. Lisa.loring. There we go. Okay, she got it. I'm going to go plug this in, and then we're going to do some tarot cards. Yay! Plug, 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 plug. All right. So yeah, I haven't done tarot cards in a little while, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And I haven't, yeah, like I said, I haven't done them in a little while. Looks like some candles. And I have about a half an hour to do this. So, and I've got to go meet a friend for dinner. Early dinner, which is kind of cool. I like dinner. Let's light some candles. Let's see what's up in the wide, wide world of tarot. So speaking of wild world of tarot, I was really drawn to pull from the wild unknown. So we're going to work with that today. Not the wild unknown. Yeah, the wild unknown tarot. Pretty cool, right? And we'll also work with the wild wisdom of the fairy oracle. All right. So those are the two we're going to work with today. All right. And I'm kind of finishing my sort of breakfast. So that's done. All right. I'm going to actually put the thing here so you can kind of see me and we can all work with this together in a way that shows us what's going on with the cards. So I'm pretty excited. I actually haven't done a tarot reading in a while. So let's see what's going on. And I was, yeah, like I said, these two were like screaming at me to like work with them. And I think that's kind of how we feel right now. I think we all feel like everything is in a little bit of a wild, unknown kind of place. I know I do. And it's hard to stay like, it's not really hard to stay focused, I wouldn't say. But I think it's hard to, well, it is hard to stay focused, and it's hard not to like fall into fear about what's coming up and what's happening and what the next move is going to be and what should I do? You know what I mean? There's so many questions. And I think that happens, that's all the time. But right now I feel like that is magnified. And don't you love how there's like this shape of a person behind me? That's so interesting. Who are you? And welcome. I'm going to let that spirit be here with us, because when I look over there, that definitely doesn't look like a person. Just saying. But it does on camera. Anyway, the wild unknown. Last time I worked with this, we had a tea bag. The purpose of life is to know yourself and love yourself and trust and be yourself. This one came up really strongly in my yoga practice that I just did a little while ago. So, all right. So let's pull out the why. I haven't worked with this deck in some time. This is a deck where there are no reversals, so to speak. So if a card comes up reversed, it's not really reversed. Does that make any sense? All right. So I've given myself a half an hour. It's 2:33. And I'm just going to knock on the cards because I haven't worked with this deck for a while. But if there are any untoward energies around us or near us, it looks like an angel actually right there. That's kind of cool, right? So, Haley, I don't know. I think you're on, right? Oh, Arby, hi. What do you think is the difference between a man and a boy? Ask yourself that one. If that's a question you have for the tarot, maybe something will come up for you. Let's just take a look at what we've got going on here in the wild unknown. Okay. Clear my energy, clear my spirit. Guides, what do you have to tell us today about the energies of today and what we can do to work with them today, maybe even tomorrow? Thank you for being here. All the spirits and entities of the purest white light. We thank you. First card that's coming up is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. The difference between a man and a boy is they know exactly what the Ace of Pentacles means. All right? You know what you value. You know your own value. And like I said, what was that? It came up, a tea bag. The purpose of life is to know yourself and love yourself and trust yourself and be yourself. What's the next card that has something to show us? So we have the Ace of Pentacles coming up, which is focus, bullseye. We're getting what we need in the 3D as well as in really every realm. Everything is coming together. Everything's coming up as aces. Well, the Pentacles, the suit of Pentacles represents, huzzah, you found me, Haley. The suit of Pentacles represents things in the 3D. I'm doing a general reading for all zodiac signs. You can ask a question at the end. I have about until 3 o'clock here on the East Coast of the United States of America to do this reading before I have to. And one is flipping and coming out, so I'm going to go ahead and see what's going on. Actually, there are two here. Mother of Pentacles. So we got the Queen of Pentacles and we got the Two of Cups. So again, this is the wild wisdom of the unknown. So these are the two cups that came out together. Comes in as the central reading. So the Mother of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles takes care of her own. Right? The Queen of Pentacles is someone who knows how to take care of herself in all situations. Right? And final card is the Eight of Pentacles. I love this one, the spider's web. Don't get caught in spider's webs. Bottom of the deck, Then another one, the Ace of Swords. Not bad. Lightning strikes. Ideas coming in from the beyond to help us understand more about how to move forward with the idea, with those ideas. They're eureka moments. These are messages from the divine coming down through a rainbow, like the promise of God, into our own hands, where your hand holds that hilt of the sword. Okay? And with the Ace of Pentacles, these are ideas about how to manifest what it is that we want in the 3D. The Mother of Pentacles, and taking care of the inner child. Like I've never really seen this card depicted in this particular way, but I like how she's here and she's alert and she's looking around, but she's going to take care of herself, right? Yeah. So, but with the Two of Cups, you also have that. So it's becoming, usually the Ace of Cups is usually a card that allows us to, it's about filling up our own cups. The Two of Cups is actually, and it's funny that it came out with this Queen of Pentacles. That's definitely about, definitely nurturing the self and understanding that we know how to take care of ourselves, all aspects of ourselves, even the small parts that you can't even hardly see that deer. Like if at first glance, you might even not notice that that deer is even in that picture. But there it is. And so she can take care of herself. She can take care of those around her, even the people who aren't really, wanting to come out of the shadows. And then the Eight of Pentacles is this, this mastery of self, mastery of your craft. You're in charge. Like you know what to do. You know what to do so much you can go on and do other things. You can go on and do other endeavors, which, the Chariot card is actually underneath here as well. So these are, this is about moving forward. And then the Mother of Swords, being very discerning, and the Lovers. Wow, there's a lot of major arcana in here, which is typical for now, typical for what's going on right now. I think we're all really feeling that quite a bit. So with the Ace of Pentacles, we're very focused on what it is that we want. And it's coming toward us. But as with anything, and we have to notice that this particular card shows that it's a tree that has been here for a very long time that's been cut down, but there's new growth coming off it. In this particular card, this is just the particular deck that I picked. But we're looking in, there is a burning fire in the middle of this tree that still thrives and is still alive. So there's still something here for us. There's still something here for us. But we might have to unlayer and unlayer and unlayer, the things that I just taught a yoga class online about resistance. You might have to, peel back the layers of resistance to really get to what it is that you really want. What is it that you really want? What is it that you really want? Going inside and listening to those parts of ourselves that aren't so heard. Taking care of that self, and knowing that you can take care of yourself. That's very North Node in Cancer, and that's what's going, North Node's been in Cancer probably for another 9 months or so. But which is, I'm thinking 9 months, it's like a birth number, right? This is a time of taking care of and nurturing that inner self and moving towards what we want. Right? Moving towards what we want and knowing that actually we can get it. This is a woman, the Queen of Pentacles is always a person who can, no matter what, manifest exactly what she desires. And she's gotten there. In fact, she's gone through a ton of stuff, which, we've got the Queen of Swords under here. There's talk about another one who's very, very wise. So is she. She doesn't mess around. She knows what's up. She knows what's up. And then we've got the ace and the two of cups as well. So you're really binding to yourself in this way, if anything else, if nothing else. You're binding to yourself. You're really, joining with yourself in order to move forward. And then then the Eight of Pentacles. So then the Eight of Pentacles again is this place of self-mastery. Of you know what you're doing. You've got this. Like I said, so much that you can go on to something else. You can absolutely get in the fucking car and go. You can go. So there we are. So let's look at what the wild wisdom of the fairy oracle cards have to say. I like how it was all very wild and unknown, but yet, and part of being in the unknown is knowing yourself. And we come back to that crazy little tea bag thing that was that tea tag, I should say tea tag. What's the one I picked earlier? Oh no, this is just green tea. But the purpose of life is to know yourself and love yourself and trust yourself and be yourself in every single situation. And if you feel like you can't be yourself, be more of yourself. All right, what do the fairies have to say about all of this? Fairies, what do you have to offer us? And these are oracle cards. Self-mastery. We've woven, I like how, I don't know if you see this as well, I'm going back to these, how the stump of this tree looks very like this is like a blown out version of the stump of this tree. What the spider's web has like expanded or it's maybe even drilled down, right? It's like going into that rabbit hole. Ooh, going into the rabbit hole. What's that about? Like going into the rabbit hole, going deeper into yourself. Knowing more about yourself to know what to do with all of those good ideas, going after what your heart truly wants. And Ace of Pentacles is about that. Ace of Pentacles is not just about it is about heart stuff. It's the things that you value, whatever is of value to you, something that you don't want, that you hold very dear. All right. So coming into the wild wisdom of the fairy oracle. What does the fairy oracle have to say for us today on referencing how to work with these cards? How to work with these cards. How to work with this energy that has come up in the wild unknown tarot. Wild wisdom of the fairy oracles. Ooh, hi. Scared to fly. Huh. Scared to fly. It's a number 18 card. So the numbers that came up before I read the book on that one, let me sit with that. The number that came up, we have the ace, which is a 1. The queen of pentacles is also a 1. We have the 2 of cups, so that's actually 2, so that brings us to 3. Plus the 8 is 11. So this is actually a gateway. So we're walking through a gateway this weekend. And by trusting yourself and learning more about what it is that you want and really listening to those sacred parts of yourself, what do you hold sacred? What do you hold sacred? And, like I said, the class I just taught on the intent was about resistance. What are you resisting? What are you actively kind of moving away from? What are you scared of? That's probably what's the best thing for you. That's what's coming up for me there. So in order to figure out, what are you afraid of? This deer is being very much protected by something. What are you afraid of? Scared to fly. The right moment, sensing out the right timing. Are you waiting for something? Keep waiting. That moment will never come. The right moment, sensing out the right timing. New life is coming in. There's those branches coming off that Ace of Pentacles. Spring is stirring. The sap is rising through the barren branch onto which she clings, and this fairy is longing to let go and fly forth to tell all that spring has come at last, but she cannot until she feels the life force swell irreversibly. And though she can feel it coming, the time is not quite right yet. This is the card that indicates it is almost time and that you must be ready for when the time is right. The fairy being in this beautiful card is awaiting the energetic sign and holding on until magic itself signals to her it is time to take flight. Like, although Mercury is actually out of shadow today, there still is, I think, a lot of hesitation. Again, the wild unknown, like it's the unknown. We're really concerned about what is the unknown. Like, we're moving into a new decade in a couple of weeks. Though she seems a small and lonesome figure, she can and will fly and alert all to the coming of the green time of leaf bud. But for the time being, the bare tree seems like the only available shelter in this landscape. And it is if you take the limited view. But who knows what lies beyond? When the right time comes, her flight will activate change and bring leaf bud and new life to all. If she times this right, all will be well, and the seasons will continue their turning. That was the other thing that came up in the practice that I taught, was about being patient. With whatever it is you're resistant, be patient. There's no need to make a knee-jerk reaction and like, oh, let's change everything now. Because, part of why when we do that, what happens is when we don't have the right supports in place and we make all of these changes, I'm definitely that person. I am very prone to doing that kind of stuff and then being like, oh shit, what the hell did I just do? And then, then I'm not protected. Like I don't have a connection to self. I don't have that mind and heart alignment because I'm freaked out, right? So how many of you can, raise your hand? Sometimes that works, but you have to have some support systems in place. One beautiful aspect is she is alone in this timing. She must rely on her very sensitive self. So know yourself, right? And heed no voice but her own and that of the natural world. She has direct communication with the planet, and when the time is right, the breeze too will gather force and support her in sending her work and message out into the world. This card is all about suspending activity and being in the moment. Be present, being present. Awaiting the right moment, knowing that when you are in that flow, all will unfold perfectly. Just by being where we are, we may understand so much of where we have been and where we will go, and we can certainly refine what it is that we want, value, and desire. Think of the chrysalis, hanging seemingly static from a branch, fragile and mysterious. It takes the time it's going to take. Transformation is inner before it is manifested outwardly into the world. You must wait for the time to be right. We have a few days. There's going to be some changes as we move into the Gemini new moon on full moon, on Thursday. Again, a Gemini card. Gemini is also a sign of a doorway. So know that as well. Simply by doing this, you will affect change. Your energy itself will change the situation, and your reaction is an indication of great wisdom. It is hard not to react or to project our fears onto others, to blame and take everything personally. Very hard. Let us not underestimate the challenge of this card. To wait for the right time, which is, of course, choosing to act with self-mastery, is not passive. It requires rethinking and challenging the outmoded conditioning that claims that only by rushing in can we activate our own impact and energy within a situation. So yeah, what you're changing your approach. Changing your approach. That was definitely what I was teaching on a little while ago in the yoga class. On a spiritual level, this can indicate the lesson of surrender. Once you understand the precious and timeless nature of being and the fact that time is not linear, you will move forward and into your strength and purpose in divine right timing. The fairy and nature will show you with a clear and natural sign of it is time. It is time to sense the atmosphere and wait for the right moment. It is not time to go when you are told by another, but when you know you are ready. It may look like hanging on or fear to others, but in fact, you need just a little more to support you, and then you can fly high. You know, I can't make this stuff up. This is exactly what I just taught on. It's hilarious. It is truly about sinking into lunar cycles and finding the right time for this venture to take flight. When planning this step, be sure to do it at the right time when the moon, the energies, and nature herself support moving forward. Learn more about the natural festivals and the lunar cycles and plan your step accordingly. Do not rush. Know that good things do take time and that slowly can indeed be a worthy way to work. Rushing can create dilemmas, so sense out what is right for you and get ready to fly higher than ever before. So I love it. Protect your inner child. Self-mastery. Take your time. Affect the change that you want to affect. So I don't know who else is on besides Arby. Thank you for all of your chat, Arby. Anyone else on who wants me to pull a quick card for them? I've got about 7 minutes before I got to fly myself. If anyone else is on and wants me to pull a card, I will do that right now. Just chat up. Chat it up, chat it up, chat it up. And Haley, if you're still on, you might be. I will pull a fairy card for you. Go for it. You want a fairy card, Haley? Of course you do. All right. I'm glad to do this again. I've got a hellish week coming in front of me. So I don't know. I'll get to do this week. Sorry if I was a bit too deep. Oh, RB. That's RB. That's for Haley. RB, if you want me to pull a card for you, I will too. Absolutely. Just let me know. All right. So Haley. What is a card for Haley? Ooh, there we go. Her special place. Find your own space, safe space, inside and out. Take a look at that. What a beautiful card. Okay. So her special place. That's a number 16 card. 1 and 6 breaks down to 7. So it's about choices. So if you're in a place of choice right now, I'm not sure what that means for you. We haven't talked lately. So if you're in maybe it's about cultivating something in your home. It could be, I don't know. I felt a little bit that you've been a little, I don't know, just I have felt a little shift. No idea about that. Not sure. Find your own space, safe space inside and out. It might just be a more of like connecting to self, and but it is a number 16 breaks down to some choices. So it might be something that's upcoming for you, or being steady in your, no matter what arena that you're in, tapping into your own truth and speaking to that in a way of grace. I don't know. Let me just read through and see what comes up. Find your own safe space inside and out. Sanctuary, solitude, and oasis. It may be that you might need to start creating a more steady practice in meditation. It might be and yoga and whatever kind of is creating some kind of nourishing practice that is sustainable that you can anchor onto and stick with. Sound of your own heartbeat. Listen to your heart. whatever that means. What this beautiful fairy wants you to find, a sweet and safe place in which you make time for yourself. And she knows that in order to know your own truth, we need that place where we can safely be on our own, to revel, dream, and be. We need the safe space more often than we think, and for you, you need it now. Therefore, she asks you to develop this space for yourself so within it you can just be. There are ways for you to create this sacred haven for yourself. This very being is sharing hers with you so you can find the peace and tranquility and safety she experiences when she has her times there, just as she has found a lily pad island where she can hide away, drift, and just feel safe and in solitude. So too can you create and nurture that space in the world, and that space inside yourself. Consider simply spending time alone in nature or being with friends who are soothing and accepting, yet with whom you can be totally yourself. Go within and get to know who you are. Realize that you are a sensitive, sacred being who deserves self-nurturing. Please take time out to renew your sacred self in ways that are really healthy. I would say that I'm picking that up for some reason. Like I said, I haven't seen you in a while, so I don't know what's going on, but it feels like maybe creating something that's again a different approach from what you've been doing recently. That feels like it's actually self-care like I said, in a different approach. Or analyze, look at the self-care practices that you have and see if they really are careful. RB, I'm actually a 5 placement Pisces. I'm an unusual creature. I have 5 placements in Pisces. Her special place can be a signal, a need for solitude and quiet. I think we pretty much got that, and I can send you the rest of that later. So RB, I'll pick a card for you from the fairies and see what. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll send you. I'll take a screenshot and I'll send you the stuff later. Horoscope, yeah, right. So RB, I'll pick a card for you. I have 1 minute, so I'm gonna pick the card and I'm gonna let you figure it out yourself. Actually, one popped out. 3 graces: cooperative ventures with friendship, joy, sharing, new partnerships that are fun. Seems like you're looking for some fun. Hard to believe. All right, guys, I got to leave it here because I got to go meet my friend at a place down in your old neighborhood, I think, Haley, off the Brooklyn Metro. Actually, no, you live further down than that. But I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll try to get on tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye.